Oh yeah, we live. TGIF. Something real special for y'all right here on Who-Bangin Sports TV. You know what I'm saying? I'm DJ Big Boss. How y'all like this right here? Y'all like that little groove right there?
Rocking it.
Got my man Big RAGOO with us today.
What's happening, people?
Yeah, it was a technical
What's going on?
here. Let me get into this, man. What's up, people out there? I got my man Big RAGOO in the house right now. We about to talk college bowl games. I hope y'all been doing good on these college bowl games. What's up, RAGOO? How you feeling today?
I'm doing good, man. Had a real good night last night. Feeling I'm not gonna say lucky, feeling blessed. And hit a nice parlay last night, hit some nice straight plays, and I'm ready to go do it again today. Ready to make some money.
That's what I'm saying. These bowl games been up and down, and I'm starting to see the light now with these good ones coming up. You know, how about you? How you feeling about the bowl games looking forward?
Yeah, I know. Well, the bowl games you got to be careful because they're like it's like walking through a landmine. You know, they plant these games out there, especially the early games, and now we're starting to get into the meat and potatoes of the bowl season. So today's going to kick off some pretty good games. Last night we had a pretty entertaining game with the Baylor and the Baylor game last night. They went back and forth with a high scoring game, and hopefully you had the over in that one because that was an easy casher. And then the other game the night before we had like 9 interceptions. That game was crazy, man. They had like 9 interceptions. I think more interceptions than completions almost.
Yeah, that got to be close to some kind of bowl record or something with the 9 interceptions. Yeah, so I'm crazy. People out there know, you know, a little bit. I've been doing the college football thing for a while with these bowl games, and I don't know if it's your first go around or whatever, your first rodeo. Then I just want to let y'all know, you know, a few little dynamics about the bowl games. I mean, of course, you know, up top, you know, they basically putting teams together that might not normally play. Sometimes they do normally play, and you know, they usually play on a neutral site. A lot of those events are really fun. They have little gift sets for the teams and stuff, that sponsorship. There's a lot of money going around in the bowl games and different stuff that really affects your bets. So even though, you know, the line setters, they can go down their number profile and all that stuff and do all their computer calculations. But, you know, young kids out there having a little too much fun in Orlando, Florida, out there by my man Big RAGOO. If they're having a little too much fun out there and they got to, you know, go line it up, they might not do what the stats say they're supposed to do. So, you know, you got to be very careful. What do you got to say about that with this year's, you know, just with the stuff that's been going on these last few weeks? What you think about that, RAGOO, and the dynamics?
Yeah, I mean, it's just so friggin' unpredictable. I mean, we can cap the games, you know, we go in there, we think we know what's, you know, however it caps out in your brain and what you think the scenario is going to be. And you really, you never know. I mean, look at Miami last night. I mean, they were a favorite going into New York, you know, Florida team going to New York. I mean, cold weather, hot weather, whatever. But, I mean, for them to come out there and get steamrolled by Wisconsin, I mean, who's seen that coming? You know what I mean? I just don't think you know, it's so unpredictable. You just got to be on the right side of the coin in some of these I call them coin flip games, you know, the early games. And I think the rest of the way out, you know, we'll probably see a little more competitive situations. I mean, there have been some decent games over the long haul, but now you got to figure we're into like 20-something games already, and you could probably count them on one hand which games have actually been a quality football game, you know. So
yeah,
me personally, I get involved with some of the games, but I would kind of like stay away from the shitty games.
Yeah, I had a few spots that
Sonny.
We got a special guest showed up. We got my man Sonny in the house. What up, Sonny? Oh, we can't hear you, Sonny.
We lost him.
I don't know, but you know, he's in here with us, man. When he comes on, he's gonna come on. My folks out there, I know y'all want to check in with the rock star Sonny Vega, man. Real pleasant guy to hang out with right there. But yeah, back to what we were saying about the bowl games. Hopefully Sonny can come in and chime in on it too. But back to what we were saying about the bowl games. Yeah, they really wild out there, man, with the bowl games and the different stuff. And I'm like you, I found a couple spots that I really had liked, and I jumped on them. I got a couple spots that I really like that I'm gonna jump on that we're gonna get into. You want to start breaking down the card for the day? You got anything going out there for the card today?
I took a few notes. I mean, I'm really interested in this West Virginia Syracuse game. I mean, it's a really intriguing game. If you look at it, I mean, we know Greer's not playing, correct? And so when that line opened up, it was 7 points. Now they're getting 2.5, so it's almost like a 9.5-point swing Syracuse's way. The thing that kind of got my attention was the total on this one, because even though Greer is out and, like I say, 9.5 points difference, we're looking at a 2-point difference in the total. So how would you read into that? You have two of Syracuse's best defensive guys that are sitting out.
Oh, we got a little slack in the
air. Everybody?
I'm still here with you, Ragoo. My man.
Okay, good. Anyway, all right. So anyway, Syracuse, they're turning around. They got 2 defensive ends that are out. Okay, so I mean, I know a lot of people talking about liking the over in that game, particularly. I'm leaning towards the under, because the way I'm reading it, I'm seeing only a 2-point move in the total, where you got the best offensive player, the most dynamic player out of the game for West Virginia, and then you got two defensive ends for Syracuse out, which I think they can still hold their own, you know, minus what West Virginia's missing. So I don't think I'm going to lean towards a first half under in that game. I'm going to see how it goes. I'm going to make a small play on the under the first half, and then if I decide to get involved in the second half, depending on how the pace of the game's going, I might do that. But I like the first half under in the West Virginia game.
Yeah, I took a good look at that, and the under on that one is a really sneaky play right there. But I like the under too on that one. The thing about it to me is, and it's been working for me all year, that whenever you get 2 teams that kind of do the same thing, which Syracuse is kind of like a, you know, scoring team, and West Virginia could be a scoring team as well. So if you think about the dynamics of that, you have 2 teams that in practice, they basically practice against the same thing. So when these fast wide receivers come out, the fast corners come out, they used to playing at that level. So it usually goes 2 ways. Either it's going to sit back and toss the ball around and have fun, or they're going to go ahead and go smash mouth because they're evenly matched up. So if they get into the game even a little bit, I'm liking the under, and I'm loving the under in this one.
Yeah. Under's a good. There's another thing also that you have both coaches, they kind of have a history with one another. So I was reading an article that the Syracuse coach or the West Virginia coach kind of knows the playbook for the West Virginia guy, because they've been kind of coached together for a while. So I think it's going to come down to a defense, kind of getting each other's head, and they know what one, you know, they're going to outguess what the other guy's going to do. So I think you're going to lean towards the under based on the play calling, just for that reason. That's going to neutralize some of the offense, is what I'm saying. I think because they know each other's playbooks, you know, they're going to kind of there'll probably be some trick plays involved, but I think overall, you know, not every play is going to be a trick play. So the majority of the games, the plays that are going to be played on the field are going to be, you know, between themselves.
Yeah, you know, they got to slow it down a little bit, especially knowing that they both, you know, they both know each other's stuff. But I want to give a shout out to the chat right now. I mean, we got some real heavy hitters in the chat, man. We got my man Flipper 13, my man Maxwell Smart. We got Verge Girl in the house. My man Joe Lacari's in the house, and my man Nasty Nate. Can you believe how many low baggers is right there in the chat right now? Shout out to
they followed us right out of the show, came right on over.
That's right. That's what's up, man. You know, and and someday I hope to have everybody here on a nice hangout, live and direct from where they at. You know, Who-Bangin Sports TV, and you know, keep this low bag community strong, man. Some really great things. Have some good times and some good bets and some good chats and all type of some excellent shows with all my low baggers, man. Got a lot of love for my low baggers, man. But they heard it first right here, man. We both concur on that one. We like the under in the Syracuse game. Anything else on today's card for you?
Yeah, I got another game is at Washington State, Iowa State. Now I know Iowa State's taking a lot of money, from what I understand, and you know, you got you got the classic battle of two teams. One's a real high flying offense, and the other is a pretty staunch. I think in the Big 12, I think they're like the overall Iowa State, and I know the line opened up about 6. I think it's down to 2.5. If what I right, but I'm gonna make a contrarian play on this one. I mean, I know Washington State, like I say, you know, they've got probably the best quarterback in the country, passer rating wise, and I know defense wins championships, but I think 2.5 points with that high potent offense that they have, you know, they might battle. They might battle a little bit, you know, for a little while, Iowa State, but I think in the end, I think Washington State's going to come out on top.
Okay, well, so are you a Mike Leach advocate, or what do you think about Mike Leach over there?
Yeah, well, Mike Leach, you know, he's got a lot of disciples, and actually, the cat that's he's coaching against, I don't think he's ever been on any of his staffs, but I guess he's read some kind of book about him. For what I read online today, they were saying that he's read some book. Jimmy mentioned it in chat today, as a matter of fact. But I don't know. I think he's like an above average intelligent type coach. You know, he's a kind of guy that goes in with a game plan, and if something's not going exactly as he sees it, he's a coach that kind of reacts pretty well and changes his game plan up. So I'm not saying Iowa State, you know, is going to be a cakewalk. Everybody, like I said, there's some sharp money on them, but I'm just going to be different. Not to be different, but just because I like it, I'm going to go with Washington State minus the 2.5. Small play, nothing major. This is another one of those games, like I was telling you, you know, could be a trap, you know. So it's not a game that jumps off the page. If I looked into it and you asked me for an opinion, that's who I would take with Washington State.
That's what's up right there. That's not one of the games that I'm looking at. Can you hear me? I'm not sure if you can hear me. Can you hear me? Y'all hear me out there? Let me know.
Yeah.
Oh, you hear me clear? Yeah, that's not one of the games that that's not one of the games that I would normally take right there. Me and my man Wham, you know, my bro Wham, try Wham on Twitter. We talked about this one the other day. He's a big Mike Leach advocate. I followed him on quite a few plays this year and cashed a lot of stuff messing around with Mike Leach. But what I see in these two teams, I'm just going to give my quick opinion is, yeah, Washington State's a really good team. They had enough fire to turn the engine, but, you know, they had Washington kind of messed it all up for them. They play balanced offense and defense. And like you said, Mike Leach is kind of like a genius coach right there. I'm sure he would love to get a bowl win. But this Iowa State team is nothing to play with. They have a nice JUCO defense. I had an inside line on one of my brother's buddies, my brother out in Atlanta. Shout out to my brother Darius. But yeah, my brother, you know, he knew a couple of the cats that they transferred over from some other schools, and he was letting me know that they really was gelling over there. And I kind of played them in and out. They kind of a sometimey team, but sometimes they can get real good on defense and do some big things and stuff, man. But yeah, that's all I got on that game. Go ahead, RAGOO.
That's a solid unit. Iowa State's a solid unit. There's no question about it. I mean, like I said, they are taking the money. So, I mean, just like I say, if you're going to play either side, depending how you cap it, me personally, I'm going to probably lean towards Washington State. It's not one of my plays that I would give out normally, but like I say, if we're trying to cap today's card, right? So, and actually, the West Virginia game is another one. You know, that's not a game that I was looking to play today either. But I mean, opinion-wise, like I say, Washington State minus the points for me, and under first half in the West Virginia game.
Oh wow, they hollered
out. I know there's another game. I didn't do nothing with that one.
Yeah, they over here. They hollering out in the chat, man. My man Joe Lecari said Purdue's up 14-0. You got anything on the Purdue game today?
No, nothing at all.
Yeah,
I know that was a hot pick too. Was a lot of people on Purdue today, money line.
Oh man, and my man Nasty Nate, who's a great capper, he concurs with us on that Syracuse play too. That's good to hear. And my man, Sonny Vega's in the chat. What up, Sonny Vega, man? Try to jump back in, Sonny. I don't know what's going on, man. We're gonna have to get that together. Be looking out for an interview with me and Sonny Vega on Who-Bangin Sports TV. We're gonna chop it up. I hung out with him last night in his Periscope chat. We had a lot of fun. Me, him, Paco, Taylor, a bunch of other people, and we listened to songs. We talked shit. It was a really fun time, man. But shout out to the people in the
Sonny's great, man.
Say it again, Big RAGOO.
I'm sorry. So Sonny's great. Sonny's great. Love Sonny.
Yeah, Sonny's a real cool, fun guy, man. And we hope to get him on the show. I also follow some of his picks and stuff too. When he get, he does what he does and beats himself, but when he barrels down and does his pick, he's serious about capping, and I respect that. And I'm gonna do some things with Sonny. But let's go over into Saturday's card, Big RAGOO. You want to take a look at? You took a look at that yet?
Yeah, I did give out a couple or a play for Saturday. The very first thing I talked about on the show today was, and this is my favorite play of the bowl season, is Alabama in the first half. Saturday,
Alabama.
They've been.
So
they've been.
We talked about that Alabama game before in the chat the other day, man. Give them some. On my inside of it, I'll say that Alabama's been cashing first half a lot. Like it's like a thing. Like maybe I don't know what the stats is on it, but I seen it went like what 6 or 7 in a row. Big RAGOO.
It only cashed. It cashed every game but one time, I believe. That was it. I think when they played Georgia kind of held them down. But other than that, I think it was like 11-1 or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. I know it's cashed a bunch. I know it's better than 90%.
Yeah, that's what's up. And myself, I'm gonna be headed out to Vegas after this show, so I'm gonna be there. I definitely gotta put that down. There's a lot of theories. It's kind of like I call it the roulette theory. Like how many times it's gonna go black before it goes red, and red before it goes black. But it's one of those theories right there. And in sports betting, I did a little research that said certain sports is kind of good to continue the trend, like especially baseball. Teams that go on long stretches of wins and stuff like that. What do you think about stuff like that, Big RAGOO?
I think all sorts of gambling, is streak related. Basically, what you want to do, and especially in sports gambling, you want to ride the streaks. There's no question about it. So, like they say, like if you jump into a game, like during baseball, basketball, because baseball, basketball, that's everyday money. Football is like once a week, but to talk about streaks, you get on a team that's hot. They said they won 1 or 2 games, and then you keep riding that team until they lose. And once they lose, you back off. Then when you see them come back and win, and then you can jump back on them after they win their first or second game, you jump back in. So it's all about streaks, and then that's how you're going to make your money in this business. You gotta ride the hot hand.
That's what's up right there. So what do you think about, I know you like the first half. We got that. We gave that pick over and over again. But what is your analyst on the full game in that one?
On the full game, I like the under in the game as a whole. I think, with Nick Saban, like I said, if he gets involved, if a lot of people say, well, Alabama could put the game over on their own. I said that might be true. That might be true, but I don't think that's going to be their style in this particular game. I think they're going to have to. I don't know how. I know Tua's pretty healthy. He's doing well in practice, but I don't think they're going to hit a home run on every play. Even though Oklahoma's defense is a little suspect, we've seen how they play defense. We've seen the games with Texas and the multitude of games that they played. So I mean, they have been known to give up some big points and score some big points on their own. But I think this game here is going to be on the back of Kyler Murray, and then if he's able to extend plays a little bit and keep Alabama off balance a little, which I don't see them really doing that. I see more like a 42 to like 20 score Bama's way. I don't think Oklahoma is going to hit 30 points this game. I think Bama could maybe hit 40. but I don't think Oklahoma hit 30. So that's 70 in my book, and I don't see this game going up to 77, 76, 78 points.
Yeah, I'm with you on the under in that too, man. But I don't know. I kind of feel like you might at 14 points with Oklahoma might be something you might want to be interested in. But at the same time, you never can trust Saban because Saban, with a lot of time to prepare, can do a lot of stuff. But as you've seen last year, Clemson did run him into a hole, and he ran out of bags of tricks to pull out and had to go to the backup quarterback and all that kind of stuff. So he's a tricky guy, but I think that he definitely He definitely is going to prepare well for the game. You don't want to see for that much. I love the other. Let me see if we can get over the set. What up, Sonny?
What up, DJ Big Boss? Ragoo? They named the sauce after you, huh?
You got it, brother.
That's it. What are you guys on? Sorry for the delay. We had some audio issues, but it's all good now. Auburn up 20-0, I see. I'm on the right side of things in that. I took them on the money line minus 170. You get what you pay for. So I was on that. I wanted to take the first half over, but I seen the line jump up to 29 before kickoff. So I laid back from that one. And that's my only play right now that I got going on. Auburn on the money line, minus 170. We're looking good. How about you guys?
Me and my man, passed on that. You were already checking over Saturday.
Oh, okay.
Saturday? Saturday?
Yeah, for sure. Sorry to interrupt, guys. I'm just excited to be on with you guys, and I'm thankful and I'm privileged for the invitation and such. I'm a little excited. I'm getting ahead of myself over here.
Where are you, Sonny? Where are you right now?
Right now I'm in the 6th, Toronto.
Okay. Out of the city, back up in the Great White North.
Yeah. I haven't seen the sun hasn't come on in like 4 or 5 days. It's kind of miserable. I want to get back to Vegas as soon as possible. I'll be out there at the end of January, though, for the AVNs, for the Adult Porn Convention. That should be some kind of fun.
Listen, while you're out there, stay a couple extra days for the Super Bowl.
Oh, absolutely. It's a tradition of mine. The AVNs runs till late January, and then my birthday is January 28th, so, we got to throw it down in the club in Vegas.
Time out. Your birthday's when?
January 28th.
High five, brother.
Let's do it. What do we got going on?
Hey, two sharp minds think alike. January 28th right here, bro.
No. Are you kidding me? See, that's why I like you so much. This is why I like you. My man, are you kidding me? Let's not talk about what year, though. That's off the record.
Oh, we gonna keep you off the record. Well, that's a great thing. Me and my man, RAGOO, was already talking about. I guess we have a low back in Vegas Super Bowl. A lot of cats. I'm sure he was down. Wham. Get a nice there, man. We got to purpose. We got to get our really big and purpose spot out there. Hey, good.
Yeah, no doubt. DJ Big Boss, it's always a great time to be in Vegas for the Super Bowl. New Year's Eve, it's overpriced and stuff, but March Madness and the Super Bowl are really great times to be in Las Vegas. I got a bit of a link to some of these VIP parties, the Super Bowl parties, or what they call them now, because they can't use the word Super Bowl, right? They got to call them the viewing parties, whatever the fuck, right? So, right, exactly. So I get some of these VIP tickets that they don't sell to everyday people. And it's all-you-can-eat buffet. It's open bar, top shelf stuff. I've hung out with Charles Barkley at one of them a couple of years ago at the Mandalay Bay, so on and so forth. So they do it really, really good there. So if we all go down together, I'm sure we're going to have a blast. Taylor Stevens is always down for the Super Bowl party as well. We'd have a blast. All our friends are down there as well. It's a good time. Let's do it.
Hey, I'm only 4 hours. This next week is the morning out for 4 hours.
So what? This is what we do. We go 3-0 today. We make a bunch of money. DJ Big Boss, me and Big RAGOO are going to celebrate our birthday in Vegas, and then we're going to win some more money on the Super Bowl in Vegas. I don't know. Sounds like a plan to me.
Easy call, man.
Let's do it.
With that, but let's get back to some teams, man. We can talk about fighting all day. I'm ready to Big RAGOO. This is nice. So, I got to play on Saturday game. So the Mountain West is doing the best. We got Arkansas State versus Nevada. The line is around from Arkansas State. Nevada's running half. So I took a deep dive into so the Mountain West versus the Sun Belt is 30-15 all time. But in the bowl game, Mountain West and Sun Belt is 4. So be a good game for Mountain West. So that's a good look at it. And then also looking at the average score in the game, in the head-to-head matchup between teams is 33.8 for the Mountain West, 22 for the Sun Belt. So I play on this game. I'm going to go with the 56.5. Really strong. Max play over night. Nevada love Arkansas State. They like I put Arkansas State 3 touchdowns on the door. Nevada's going to go about 30. And then it's going to be a little roll, a little luck that it's definitely going to be right there. And I lean Nevada is going to be okay to hear Nevada, the crowd. So y'all got anything on that? What you about that, son?
Hey, DJ, we're getting a real bad echo.
Getting back down? Say it again.
I said, everybody was saying the sound is real bad.
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
Check it out.
Is we getting an echo somehow? Is it just me echoing?
Yeah. I think it's just you.
Just me? Okay, I'm going to go. Check 1, 2. That any better?
Still echo a little bit. That's how we'll work for it.
Yeah, we had to go ahead and keep the short on this one. Technical difficulties right here. I'm going to just try to run my plays that I have. You got to do it too, right?
Let me know if it's on my end, guys. I had some audio issues earlier.
We lost people. But I'm gonna go through my plays like what was going on. I understand what it is. Ain't nothing perfect. But the other game I like is the Notre Dame game. Of course, everyone knows how big the game. I love Notre 14. I don't understand why it's like that. I feel like it's a little more advanced. I don't know what that was.
That didn't work.
On the total, I like the under 6.5. My man Kelly's going to take his time. He's never in the position. And we'll take our time. Put pressure on them. Break them. You know what I'm saying? We'll probably do it. I'm going to take 2 points on that one.
Hey, ask the chat who we got echo from.
We still got an echo. I hear that. I still hear the echo on my line. Y'all hear it?
I can't hear you at all right now, DJ Big Boss.
Oh, wow.
But it's good, like you were saying, Notre Dame. Notre Dame is a good player. What do you think about that one, Ragoo? You got two heavy favorites tomorrow, right? Alabama minus 14. We're talking about this Notre Dame game. Notre Dame, I got plus 12.5 currently. I like Notre Dame here. I really do.
Yeah, Notre Dame, I think a couple years ago they hooked up, which has got nothing to do with tomorrow, but if they get into that same type of scenario, which I think they probably will, the points look really good right here.
Ragoo, you know more about this team than I do. What do you think of Notre Dame actually winning this game outright? Let's be real.
That's gonna be a tough nut there.
Yeah.
I mean, anything. I mean, I think probably the best team I think right now is Clemson. More balanced than Alabama overall.
No kidding, huh? I'm impressed.
Well, the thing with Clemson,
I'm impressed with Notre Dame's season. To be honest with you, I'm impressed. Was this expected from Notre Dame to be this good this season, Big Ragoo?
No, but I don't think so. I mean, they did go undefeated, so naturally they have to be where they're at. So that's a no-brainer. There's too much money on the table for them not to be there. I mean, their schedule, they can play some tough opponents. They take on all comers. So I mean, they're gonna match up. I think they'll match up pretty good on the defensive side with them. I'm just worried about their offense matching up with Clemson's defense. Because Clemson gives up like 2.5 yards a carry. So if Notre Dame's not going to be able to establish the run a little bit, it might be a long day for them.
Okay. So you're on Notre Dame. How do you feel about the over/under? Sorry, I missed that with some of the audio. How do you feel about the total?
Can y'all hear me now? You hear me over there?
We can hear you. Still got a little echo, but we can hear you.
Yeah, I like under in that game. We're not in the rush to move people out. I like Notre Dame under, especially first half, take our time, up and down the game close. Especially close one, man. We probably lose by the field goal or something. I like Notre Dame on the money line. That's I'm important to pick. So I really Notre Dame anyway.
They're saying now I got echo too.
Oh yeah. How about you? You got echo?
They saying Sonny's good. They say Sonny, you got to run with the ball. That's DJ. That flipper says Sonny, you got to run with the ball.
See, I was gonna wear my sunglasses too. Now I feel left out. I should have worn my sunglasses. DJ Big Boss has his sunglasses. Big Ragoo has his. I'm feeling left out here, guys. Is it because I'm Canadian or what? Look, guys, let me tell you. This is what I'm going to go with in regards to tomorrow. We got two big games, right? One's a 4 o'clock kickoff. The next is an 8 o'clock kickoff. They're both heavy underdogs, double digits. We got plus 14 in the Alabama game currently, and then a plus 12.5. This is the way I'm going to break it down. At 4 o'clock, I'm going with the dog. I'm going with Notre Dame to cover. If they don't cover, what I'm going to do is I'm going to double up on the next dog to cover, being Oklahoma Sooners. I think one of those two dogs are going to cover. I'll make a little bit of a ROI, return on my investment, and call it a day. I don't know. I kind of keep things simple for myself. I don't like to overthink things, and that's why I'm here, where I am in my life. I don't like to think too much. And that's a good thing and a bad thing. But I think one of these two underdogs cover tomorrow. I really do. So we got a 4 o'clock kickoff with Notre Dame. I'm taking Notre Dame. If that doesn't pan out, if Clemson covers, I'm going to go balls to the wall. I'm going to double up, and I'm going to take the Sooners to cover. For me, it's more of a numbers game. That's my priority. That's my number one thing. And then I factor in everything else. Everything else comes into play. the matchups and so on and so forth. But that's what I'm looking to do, guys. I'm not sure. You guys know more college football than I do. I don't know. What are your thoughts?
Hey, I wouldn't say that. Hey, we all cap our way, right? I mean, guys ask me about analytics. You know, how do I have a model? Yeah, I got a model. I look at the paper. Something just off the page I like I'll jump into it a little bit more. If I look at a game, I say, I don't like that game. Because when you have all these games, it's impossible to go over every single game, especially college basketball, right? So you know, you just gotta take like big man used to say, take the section like you experts in the Mountain West. Start your capping and then you spread yourself out. So by you, like you say, you try to simplify things. Me too. I like to keep things simple.
Man, this is great, man. The echo is messing us all up. I'm gonna have to shut it down. We got to get back on this chance maybe later on. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna try to leave it first to see if I can come back. Might shut down. He had to use the press down. You know, I do apologize for this internet thing. If not, I'm trying to keep going. You try to
all right, guys, I guess that's it. You gonna shut it down?
Nah, I wouldn't even. I'm gonna have to shut it down, man. I appreciate everybody for coming up, man. I'm gonna have to my technical people and see what I can do to make it a little better. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to you, Skinny Vegas. Shout out to you, Big Red. Thanks for joining us. Sports. Got here.